video now.
You're very welcome back. Now, yesterday, Finbar O'Rourke was sentenced to 7.5 years in jail for dangerous driving, causing the death of 4-year-old Kieran Tracy. Joining me on the line is Donna Price, founder of the Irish Road Victims Association, who lost her son in 2006. Donna, thank you very much for joining us this morning. Donna, before we talk about your own tragic personal story, would you like to comment on the verdict yesterday and on how you feel about how the court case played out?
Well, I think in this particular case, we have to look at the criminal justice system and how it has panned out. And in this case, I think we have to say that justice has been served in that we have had a full Garda investigation and the DPP has decided to prosecute. There has been a hearing before the jury and Mr. O'Rourke has been convicted and the judge has sentenced him according to the legislation. Having said that, we have to ask ourselves, does the sentence imposed reflect the fact that a life has been taken and Gillian's quality of life has been altered? A sentence of 7.5 years has been imposed on Mr. O'Rourke. That's his sentence. The family have a life sentence. They're never going to get their loved one back, and Gillian's life will probably always be affected. A 7.5 year sentence probably means that Mr. O'Rourke will be out in less than 3 years, and we have to ask, is that sending out the right message? Is it acting as a deterrent?
Now, Donna, you unfortunately know the pain of losing a child in this way because you lost your own son when he was just 18. Do you mind telling me a little bit about what happened?
Darren was travelling from Mullingar here to college in Athlone, where he was an engineering student. It was 8 o'clock in the morning, and he was in a collision with a HGV driven by a foreign national, and he was killed instantly. Now, I know from examining the evidence over the years that and the witness statements that the lorry driver, said he didn't see Darren's car until it was within a metre of his lorry. So we wanted to know why he was distracted or why he didn't see the car. In the end, there was no prosecution. The investigation was, I have to say, sadly very poor. We didn't have forensic collision investigators at the time. They were on a training course and the road wasn't closed off. So all of these things meant that we didn't get any justice for Darren's loss at all. And that's something that our family have to live with. So I set up the Irish Road Victims Association, and we're made up of hundreds of families who have been affected in this way. And what we're trying to do is ensure that other families don't have the same experience as us. We're calling for thorough investigations in all cases where there has been a loss of life. And that means, checking for all contributory or likely factors that might have caused that crash. And we're not seeing, in the majority of cases, we're not seeing prosecutions like Tracy's had for dangerous driving causing death. That happens in very few cases. For instance, I just examined the figures there. For the years 2009 to 2014, 6-year period, we had 1,185 fatalities on the road, and only 152 of those resulted in a charge of dangerous driving causing death. And that's the only homicide offence. So you have to ask what happened to the rest of them. And our experience is that either they resulted in no prosecution at all and the victim were blamed for their own death, or they resulted in just summary prosecutions before the lower courts and the district court, maybe for just drink driving or just for careless driving.
Well, Donna, I think you've highlighted very well there that even though yesterday's case, as you said, justice was served, how much work we still have to do. And I want to commend you for all of the work that you do with the Irish Road Victims Association. Thank you for your time this morning, Donna.